Hey everybody, Amanda Jordan, Remax Gateway. How are you? It's a beautiful, sunny, hot, humid summer day here in Northern Virginia. I want to tell you a little story. So I took a tree down in my yard and had a great, really sunny spot. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be great to put a planting bed in? But I'm old and fat, and I don't like getting down on the ground to pull weeds, and I hate weeds. And so I need a raised bed planter. So I went out to the interweb and I found out how to build a raised bed planter. And I went to my local home improvement store and I bought myself some lumber, and had a nice young gentleman help me load it onto the cart, and then we pushed it all the way across the store to the saw in the store so they could cut it for me, except the saw didn't work. So then I rolled all of this lumber up to the front of the store and got checked out, and I said, could I please get some help moving this into my car, because I really wanted to load it into my car. And they said, sure, we'll get somebody to come out there and help you. Well, that help never showed up. So I loaded all this lumber from the cart into my car, and then my hatch wouldn't close, and so I had to tie that down. And by the time I was tying it down, the fella came to help me unload the cart into my car, and he wasn't much help tying it down, but he did think I did a pretty good job. So I drove down the road, and I got the lumber to my house, and I unloaded it, and I just kind of dumped it in the yard without thinking forward about how the lawn was going to be cut the next day. And so then I had to, before the yard got cut, I had to pick up all of the lumber that I had dumped on the ground, and I leaned it up against the house so that it would be out of the way of the lawnmower machines. And then I loaded it all up onto a cart, and then in my own house, in my own yard, and I rolled it out to my backyard, and I dumped it on the ground again. And then I got out my handy dandy skill saw, and I started cutting the wood. And of course I cut the first piece wrong, and I figured I'd have to go back to the store and get some more wood. Well, I figured that out, so I didn't have to do that. So then I finished cutting all the wood, and then I brought it all over to the place where I thought I wanted to have my raised bed garden, and I pieced it all together to make sure that it would work. And it did. And then I took it all apart, and then I put it back together, this time with screws. And I lined it with landscaping fabric. And then I filled it up with extra dirt that I had in my yard from another project. And then I put in organic raised bed soil, just to cap off, the top layer of it. And then I put in plants. And so if I can, I am going to show you the